Hey everyone, Cedric from Vertex Marketing Agency, and in this video I'm going to show you 5 different tips that you can actually use to lower your cost per lead if you're running meta ads. Now these 5 different things are actually not really related with like a campaign strategy or like the creative itself. They're more like outside the box ideas, but I guarantee you that they will actually help lower your CPLs and you're just going to get better results overall with meta ads if you implement these 5 things. With that being said, let's get into this week's video. So the first one is to actually get your blue verification check mark. So this right here is the page that you can go to register or sign up for that verification badge, I guess. And it's not like what it used to be. So before, like, you had to be like extremely famous to get that blue check mark. And it was almost like impossible to get unless you were like a very, very large brand, or like I said, you're like a famous actor or singer or something like that. But now actually anyone can, or most people can go to this page and just literally like register for a blue check mark, and it's actually pretty simple to get. Now you do have to pay for it. I think it's like $15 a month or something like that. There you go. And honestly, you can probably just use the $15 a month subscription and you're actually going to get that blue check mark. Like, here's one of my clients that actually do have that blue check mark, and it was really easy to apply for it. You just have to provide some of your like business information, and that's it. Like, it's gonna take like maybe 2 business days, and then you're gonna have the blue check mark. But what this does is it just shows users that like you're a real brand, and authority is like everything when it comes to Facebook ads. And you might not, think that this is gonna play a big role. And to be honest, like, you're probably gonna still be able to run successful ads without it. It's more just like that little boost. It's probably like similar to having like a good headline versus like a mediocre headline on your Facebook ad, right? If you have a good headline, like overall with time, you're just gonna get better results. Well, it's a little bit the same thing here, right? So if every time your ad shows up, like, you have that blue check mark, which people know that means you're the real deal, then it's just gonna help build trust and authority. So that's why I really recommend to brands that are running Facebook ads to go and just see if you can apply for this. I think it's only available in certain countries like maybe United States and Canada. So definitely something you wanna double check if you're just somewhere else in the world. But I definitely recommend that you just pay the $15, get that verification for both Facebook and Instagram. And again, it's just gonna help you out if you are running Facebook ads. Now, number 2. So now this is probably the one that every time I bring up, most brands kind of roll their eyes because they don't think it's important, but it's very, very important. And it's actually just making sure that your Facebook or Instagram page is just like optimized and it just like looks nice. I won't spend too much time on this one because everyone knows that. It's just not everyone does it. And even sometimes I'm guilty of that if I'm like starting up a new brand, because it does take time. But it's very, very important to post like 2 to 3 times a week. If you just look at the front of your Instagram page, like, do you have a headline? Do you maybe have a link tree with all the most important page of your website? And it's just very important to just make it look nice, right? So people are clicking on your ad, like on your name at the top of your ad, to go and check out your page. And if you don't have a lot of followers, if you don't post often, like, they will look at your page and be like, okay, well, maybe they're a new company, maybe they're not trustworthy, right? So this kind of goes along with my tip number 1, which is to get verified, to just build a nice page. And it's honestly pretty easy to just keep up once you build it. Like, just post 2 to 3 times a week. It's very simple to do. Honestly, like, even if your posts are not very good, it's more of like a quote or just like a customer testimonial, that's totally fine. It's better than nothing, right? At least your users are seeing that, oh, okay, like, they are posting. And when you're seeing an ad, especially if you're not a local company, like advertising to your local market, let's say you offer a service and you can help people, I don't know, all over the United States. Well, if you're not local and you can operate everywhere, like, people usually are a little bit more skeptical because this could be a scam. Let's say, I don't know, you have an IT company, or maybe, I'm not sure, you help people get out of credit card debt. then a lot of people do that, and right, there's a lot of scams out there. So you just really want them to have a good first impression when they come to your Facebook page, right? By having that verification check mark and posting 2 to 3 times a week. Maybe you're creating like different categories of all your stories, and it's just that your Facebook or Instagram page just basically looks nice. So that's tip number 2. Just make sure that your Facebook and Instagram page looks nice and you're keeping up with the post and the comments. All right, so my third tip is to actually check and monitor comments every day. So very, very important. If you don't do that, like someone could leave some negative and nasty comments on your ads, and that can definitely affect performance. So just making sure that you're answering comments that are maybe good or neutral, right? Having that engagement is good, even if sometimes a comment is not super positive. It's actually good to have comments, and hey, not every brand is perfect, right? So if you have like more of like a neutral comment, so not super negative, but definitely not positive, it's actually good to answer these comments. What I have here is actually a GPT, and that's actually how I answer probably like 99% of the comments for all the accounts that we manage. So we'll actually go and create a custom GPT, right? So that's just using the ChatGPT platform. You can create custom GPTs, and I do that for each brand. So let's say I'm working with a client in a specific industry. Then I'll go and I'll basically say, hey, like you are an assistant, under the instructions, you're an assistant and you help me answer to Facebook comments for this brand. Here's all the information that you need about the brands. Here are some frequently asked questions. And I'm just basically building this bot that has all the information about the brand, and that can just answer Facebook comments for me. So then what I do is I'll literally, let's say I get a new Facebook comment, I'll copy the comment, I'll paste it into the GPT, and right away it's gonna shoot back the answer. So I'm kind of playing a copy and paste game, and I have a virtual assistant that helps me with that. And it's as simple as just, oh, there's a comment, copy and paste into GPT. GPT knows exactly what to reply. And because of the way we created that custom GPT, it answers the comments in a way that honestly would probably take us a lot of time to have a personalized reply for every comment. So that is a really great way to reply to every comment at scale, right? So use a custom GPT, and if you train it properly by adding the right instructions, it can definitely save you a lot of time, and really you'll just be copy and pasting. You won't even need to really review GPT's reply. Now for tip number 4. So the majority of sales and leads, of course, come from the Facebook platform, right? So there's Instagram and Facebook. When you publish a campaign, usually a part of the budget will go to the Facebook, another part will go to the Instagram platform. But overall, usually Facebook is the one that generates probably like the majority of the leads, and also the one that has the lowest cost per lead. So just like kind of what I mentioned before on having like a optimized Instagram page, it's important to have an optimized Facebook page, but it's also important to have a decent amount of likes on your Facebook page. And I start up new companies all the time. I do have an affiliate company, so that just means we have to create a new Facebook page, right? Kind of start from scratch to generate leads for XYZ vertical. So this just means that we start from scratch, right? So we don't have any likes. So what I'll actually do is I'll create a new campaign. Let's pretend that's my ad account. And I just select engagement and then hit continue. And I'll just select manual engagement campaign. And it's actually on the ad set. I can actually just change this here to Facebook page and then maximize number of page likes. So what that's going to do is basically going to create a like campaign. So in like generic campaign, usually like there's a learn more button or shop now button, right? Depending on your industry. And instead of that button, there's going to be a like button. And that's going to help you get a lot of likes for a very, very cheap price. And then what I'll do is I'll actually target the countries that have this cheaper CPM. So really my goal here is not really to build an audience, especially when I'm generating or creating a new page that's going to be utilizing really just Facebook ads to generate leads. I'm not trying to really have an organic audience. If you already have that and you have, let's say, you know, more than 8,000 followers or likes on your Facebook page, then you don't need to do this. It's for any of you that maybe have like less than 100 or 200 likes, then you definitely want to try out this strategy. And part of the strategy is just creating a like campaign like what I just showed you. And on the ad set level here, right, so instead of doing like Canada, or if you're in the United States, like, and you're going to target United States, target countries that have like very low CPMs. All right, so those are usually like third world countries that you do have a Facebook account, and just reaching that audience is very, very, very cheap. And again, we're just trying to get a like, just so that when you're actually running like your Facebook ads, if someone decides to go to your Facebook page, they see that you have, let's say, 2, 3, or 5,000 likes. And again, you look like an established brand. So just targeting those countries that have like lower CPMs are gonna help you get likes for very, very cheap. Like, I think like I'll get a like for like 3 cents or something like that when I use this strategy. So just a little tip. So for any of you guys that are just starting out, or maybe you do what I do, right? You run up a bunch of different like affiliate offers, and that means you need to create Facebook page often. Then that's just a little tip to get a bunch of likes on your Facebook page. Now, number 5. So this is actually something that I discovered not too long ago, just because it is actually hidden. So definitely wanted to share that little tip with you guys. So when you're creating your campaign, I'm just going to create a brand new campaign from scratch real quick. So lead campaign, manual sales campaign, and then I'm on the campaign level, and that little I guess feature that you actually want to expand is on the ad set, right? So I'm just gonna skip the campaign setup. This video is not really on showing you how to create your campaigns. If ever you want to learn how we here at Vertex create a campaign, then go ahead and check out our channel. We have a bunch of videos showing you exactly how to do that. So I'm just gonna select website, and then if I scroll all the way at the bottom, and then open this here, right? So I clicked on show more options, and that's what I mean by like it's hidden, right? So click on show more options. Now right here, inventory filter. So I'm gonna click on edit, and by default, so it's the same thing. So if you've been running Facebook ads right now and you have an active campaign, most likely this is actually set to moderate. And then if you actually just read those 3 different categories here, so we have expanded, moderate, and limited. And basically what this means is that it basically moderates or limits where your ad is actually shown on the Facebook platform. Now this can be good. Let's say you have an e-com brand, and you know you have a pretty big brand, and you really want to make sure that your ads are showing up beside content that is not, let's say, political or a bit more like emotional, then definitely you might want to keep it here. But for, you know, for the majority of us, especially like any service-based company, we don't really care, right? Like we just want to, if it's on Facebook, by the way, guys, like what I mean by we don't really care, if it's on Facebook, the AI has already reviewed the post, or, you know, whatever that other person decided to post. So if it's like nudity or anything like really extreme like that, most likely it's already gone and removed. So that's why like I just actually, instead of like just leaving it by default, I'll actually click on this right here, and it tells you exactly that you're gonna get more reach. And then if you leave it here, it's actually gonna increase your costs. And then the limited, then it's definitely gonna, you know, increase your cost. So just by selecting this feature, you should actually be able to lower your CPMs, and most likely also lower your CPLs by a little bit, right? This is not gonna be like a game changer, like, oh my God, like I just did this and I'm seeing a 20% decrease in CPLs. No, but you know, even if it's like a few percentage, everything helps, right? Everything helps. And that's why I'm saying, like, if you combine those 5 different tips that I just shared with you in this video, like it will, you will see a difference, and it will help your CPLs, not by 20%, but even if it's 5 or 10%, like do that, you know, every month, and it adds up, right? So that's the last thing that I recommend. Just go ahead and select it to expanded. But the one below here where it says audience network, so this one I actually do keep it to moderate, just because the audience network, Facebook has a little bit less control on what gets accepted and, you know, what doesn't get accepted. So your ads are showing up on apps, third-party sites. So for this one, you probably want to keep it on moderate, but for honestly anything on Facebook, just keep it to expanded. Like I said, Facebook has an AI and it reviews all the content that's on their platform. It's not perfect for sure. That's a conversation for another day, but it's pretty good, right? So if it means that you could potentially get lower CPMs, then go ahead and select that option. But guys, that is it for this video. Hopefully you're not using all these different 5 tips that I just mentioned in this video, and you can at least like incorporate maybe 1 or 2. But if you're not doing any of these 5 things, which I think most of you guys are not, outside of maybe the Facebook page or Instagram page optimization, then definitely implement these tips. You will see better results. And if you do, please let me know in the comment section. And if you think I left out something like an outside of the box idea to lower your CPLs, then please let me know in the comment section. But guys, that is it for this video. Bye for now.